Being part of an action learning group, especially a group like this, has been really helpful for me because especially during the lockdown, I've been able to find a community of like-minded people that have really been supportive and held me to account, held me accountable to my creative ambitions. So that's probably the key of finding sort of like a mini family, but a creative and professional family that helps you to achieve the goals that you've set out for yourself.
Action learning was so timely because of everything the pandemic had thrown at us and the sector. So it was about looking at your own profession, reassessing, finding purpose, redefining, and really future facing in a time when, my gosh, we needed it most.
And what I really loved about the action set was meeting people from all over the country. It helped me the most, really, just getting me out of little holes that I'd think myself into. Plus, as well, it's new contacts for work as well. I've been able to write Nathan, one of my other set members, into a bid that I'm doing at the moment.
But I definitely say, had I not done it during this time, I think I would have found the pandemic and 2020 just a lot harder to get through in terms of my own development, in terms of my own reflections, and even my own anxiety.
What action learning provided was a real anchor, something to focus on. It gave me much more of a sense of purpose at a time when I was feeling a bit lost professionally and therefore also personally.
But it's knowing that at this time, these people are going to show up and we're going to just be open and only positive things can come out of that. And I can only grow from that process. For me, it's like a kind of a godsend.
It was a real epiphany for me.
Action learning is an element of group coaching, but also very informal, professional, kick up the...
In a sentence, action learning for me is a hive brain that unearths, challenges professional problems that sometimes you didn't even know you had, that carefully scaffolds solutions.
There's connection. It's a safe space. It's a structured conversation, obviously.
It's very different from therapy because nobody's giving advice. It's more about planting seeds. The fact that it's a peer support group works very well because I've found very quickly within our set that nobody was judgmental. I mean, we had 2 trans members in the group. There was no judgmental put on that at all. Everybody was just there to help each other.
5 words that I would choose to sum up the action learning experience for me are, I think, nervousness in going into it, exhilarated in achieving something I didn't expect, spontaneous, don't know what you're going to talk about quite often, supportive and generous.
Mostly after action learning sets, I feel an enormous sense of joy and gratitude in the shared experience of just strangers who've become friends. Massive relief quite often that you've unburdened something that you didn't even know you were carrying.
It makes me feel a lot more grounded.
That you've supported somebody through their own problem.
I'm more empowered than I thought I would be. And I guess that power is a good thing, but it's definitely a little bit like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. So yeah.
If you're able to be vulnerable, you get so much from it because people respond really positively to vulnerability, and they, basically everyone just wants, it's a great big virtual hug. People just want to help.
So I feel uplifted. I take away so much from each session.
Within the action learning set, I dug so deep with the group that I discovered kind of a new pot of gold that I didn't even know I was missing. So
I've learned so much doing the actual course.
I think if you're watching this video, you're already the kind of person who'd get on with action learning, because you've already got that curiosity to have, clicked the button to watch the video.
it will be unlike anything you've probably experienced before. It's so different to a conversation you might have with a colleague or with a friend. There is something really powerful about sharing experiences and the construct of asking open questions and that deep sense of reflection that action learning gives. So I would just encourage you to jump in and do it, try it.
If you've kind of found a little bit of information or come across a little bit of information about what action learning is and you're confused, that's fine. You might be confused for some time, even in the process, but I would say just dive in, because you might discover things you didn't even know were holding you back. And then not just do you discover them, but then you also discover solutions and potential actions that you can take going forward.
It's the formal program has finished. We now meet once a month for 3 hours on a Monday morning, the first Monday of the month, and we take it in turns to present and to facilitate and to reflect and to host. And we're on to month 4, and there's no looking back.